And then I'm going to ask Mary Shesgreen, she's the chair of Jobs of Justice, to bring that check. And if you could bring me those other smaller checks there. I'll hold the check, you hold the bullhorn, but everybody here probably knows Mary Shesgreen. She's from Elgin, Illinois, a longtime peace and justice activist. And she's the chair of Northern Illinois Jobs of Justice. And she's used to carrying signs. But here you go. Welcome, Mary Shesgreen.
Okay.
Why do you have these checks?
Hi, I am recovering from sitting and listening to those gas bags in there congratulate one another for their courage and how tough they were to make these very difficult, very serious decisions. And in the entire time I sat there listening, I heard not one hint that anyone had considered raising revenue. And they do that by lumping together all tax hikes as morally evil, almost unthinkable. The whole idea of taxing the rich seems unthinkable, absolutely beyond the pale of consideration. Why is that? Why is it that we don't even think about that? Well, as I looked into this, and I looked into this rich vein of information that John Lash and Heidi Wetzel supplied, what comes out is how corrupt our state of Illinois has become. Maybe it's always been this corrupt. And the corruption is the enormous influence of the very wealthy. So we have this institution called the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, which is a trade like Chicago's version of Wall Street. They just got corporate welfare, $85 million per year. Is it for the next 10 years? As a gift from the legislature to persuade them to stay in Illinois, as if there was any serious risk that they were going to leave. This is corporate welfare of the worst kind. And then, if John will just flip that over, we get an inkling of why this happened and why it went down so smoothly. This same organization, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, gave Mike Madigan $150,000 in campaign contributions. They gave $65,000 to Pat Quinn, $90,000. They gave $200,000 to Rahm Emanuel, and it goes on down the list. Our Democratic elected leadership has been bought by the very wealthy. And we have these organizations that are recommending pension cuts, recommending Medicaid cuts, things that will hurt other people and not them. Thank you. Well, the other piece I'm supposed to remind you of is that 2/3 of Illinois corporations pay no corporate income tax. None at all. Also, that Sears, just a second while I turn the page.
Going through our notes.
May I have that first one again?
Sears was doing a little moral blackmail and threatening to leave the state. So the legislature, in our name, gave them $15 million spread out over the next 10 years. So not only are these few corporations not paying taxes, we are paying them. How did that happen? Does that make sense to you? So here we've got this horrible Medicaid bill which hurts the poor, and now we have this horrible pension bill which is going to hurt the middle class. The rich get off scot-free, and they go around making sanctimonious comments about shared sacrifice. It's hard to stomach. Thank you.